Hi everyone, Erik Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For today, I am back with another book review on Mark Piggot's The Dark Tides. Now, let me begin by saying that this is book 2 of a series, and I have read other books where they were part of a series, but I didn't read them in order, and some I felt that I should have read the first one first, while others stood fine on their own, and this is one of them. Although there are a few things that I didn't understand, but I'd say that was only like 3% of the book. So in other words, the other 97% of the book stands fine on its own. So the book begins with the Drake family heading off to sea in order to search for the location where the family's patriarch Bryan was last seen, and they lay a wreath in his honor. Well, before that, they are caught in a storm, and the results of the storm land them on a deserted island. But fortunately, that's where they find Bryan and his new life on the island of Avalon. And the island is actually full of places and characters that you would normally find in a fairy tale version of the medieval times. And Byron is now known on the island as Lord Bryan MoonDrake. And after him telling his family about his new life on the island, he helps them establish their own lives on the island, while of course still, as a family on the island. And it all seems happy and perky, or maybe not happy and perky, but it just seems like the typical life within a fairy tale. And of course, it is happy for them, because who wouldn't want to live in a fairy tale? But it seems like in a fairy tale there is always a villain, and this one certainly does have a few villains actually, but the main villain is a sorceress named Morgana le Fay, and her plans are to release the title of the book, the Dark Tides. And once she releases them, they will destroy the line of Pendragon and the island. They will cease to exist, as well as the many lives who live on the island. So now Bryan must not only protect his own family, but the island as well. The question is, can he do it all on his own? Now, as I said, this book does stand fine on its own, but in case if you want to read the first book for yourselves first, that's always fine. And the first book is called Forever Avalon, and of course it's written by the same author, Mark Piggot. And in this book, I like how he has the ability to combine more modern characters with characters from the medieval times, because they are socially different, and I like how he's able to mesh them together in this story, and you see a lot of chemistry within them, and the villains are pretty entertaining, despite the fact that they want to destroy many lives. And I'm under the impression that a third installment is in the works of the series. So, but I'm not quite sure. But in the meantime, I will try to make some extra time on me so that I can read Forever Avalon myself, so I can catch up on the 3% of the book that it's not that it didn't make sense to me, it's just some of it didn't really flow through. But of course, that's only 3%, at least in my opinion. So you can get this book anywhere, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the iBookstore.